Hello students, welcome to the third chapter, the Union Executive, Standard 8, Subject Civics. In this chapter, we are going to study about Union Executive. The legislature, executive and judiciary are the three organs of the parliament. They work for the welfare of the people. In the parliamentary system, the executive is a part of the legislature and is responsible to the legislature. India's Union Executive comprises of the President, Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. According to the provisions in the Constitution, the President is the supreme head. All the executive powers are fixed in the President by the Constitution. The government carries out its function in the name of the President. The tenure of the President is 5 years. Let us understand the elections of the President. President is indirectly elected by the people of India. He is elected by the representatives of the central and the state legislatures. The group of these parliamentarians and the members of the state legislatures is known as the Electoral College. President has to take an oath while accepting the post. According to the oath, the President bears the responsibility of protecting the Constitution. President governs in accordance with the advice given by the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. The responsibility of protecting the Constitution is shouldered by the President. If any act of President violates the Constitution, then the Parliament has authority to remove the President. This process is known as the process of impeachment. Let us know the powers and functions of the President. President summons the meetings of the Parliament, prorogues the session, sends messages to both houses, and dissolves the Parliament after the tenure is over. Bill passed by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha must be signed by the President. President appoints the Prime Minister and other ministers on the recommendation of Prime Ministers. President also appoints the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. He also appoints the governors of the states, Chief Election Commissioner, and other important officers. He is the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. He has some judicial powers too, such as the power to reduce the punishment, grant a respite, or commute a sentence of a person in special circumstances, grant the pardons or reprieves. He has the power to declare the emergency in case of crisis, such as national emergency, state emergency, and financial emergency. Prime Minister and Council of Ministers are responsible for the administration. The party which attains a majority in the elections nominates their leader as the Prime Minister. Prime Minister and Council of Ministers must be the member of the Parliament. The foremost task of the Prime Minister is to form his Council of Ministers. Prime Minister allocates the portfolios to the Council of Ministers. He also has to maintain the coordination in the working of the various departments. Functions of the Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers discusses important questions before making a decision. The scheme, policy plans, etc. are drafted and discussed. The ministers of the respective departments lay their policy in the House to bring about the discussion on it. Once the Parliament approves the laws, the Council of Ministers implement them. Let us know, how does the Parliament keep a check on the executive? There are some of the methods of implementing the control. The first one is discussion and debate. Debates and discussions help the members to scrutinize the policy proposals and the laws and point out the shortcomings. Second is the question hour. Question hour is the most effective way of keeping the check over the Council of Ministers. During this, members criticize the government and ask the question on various issues. The third one is 0 hour. During the parliamentary session, the period around 12 noon is called 0 hour. During this, any question of the public importance can be raised and discussed. The fourth one is no confidence motion. This is one of the most effective way to keep a check. The government stays in power till it enjoys the support of majority in Lok Sabha. If the member of parliament withdraw the support, it may lead to the loss of majority and the government cannot stay in power. If no confidence motion is passed with majority support, then the Council of Ministers has to resign. In the next chapter, we will study about the Indian judicial system.